All right. Hey, Brian. Uh, saw your post. I just thought I would do this for fun. I do this for our clients all day, every day. We're always dissecting their pages and trying to A/B test lots of landing pages. We do a lot of website CRO. So looking at this site, I'm not going to go through every single page, but here's my initial thoughts. There's a couple things. This is a really good guide, one of the best I've ever seen to simplify the explanation of what makes landing pages work, to really simplify it. The conversion rate or purchase rate, whatever you want to call it, is desire minus the combination of labor and confusion. So I think you do a pretty good job of reducing labor. I think reducing confusion a bit more could be beneficial. I also think increasing desire could be a little bit more effective. And, just explaining what I mean by that, this is relatively direct, the proven LinkedIn prospecting system, a relationship-based system to attract and convert the right business leaders into. This is tells people that this is a LinkedIn prospecting system. But beyond that, it's hard to wrap your head around exactly what is this? Like, is this, I'm envisioning, I'm not saying that I'm gonna, sit here for a long time and think of the perfect copy. But, you know, the perfect copy is something that makes people know beyond the shadow of a doubt exactly what you do for them and exactly what they get, the value that they get from it. You can ignore that's just because I was doing the peace sign because of my counting. But this, I think, it gives people a rough idea of what you do, but it still leaves a bit of confusion open. It's like, so sorry, what is a relationship-based system to attract and convert? That's vague, right? That doesn't make people feel like if people don't understand something, they're less likely to convert. They're intimidated by things they don't understand. They don't feel like they want to hop on a sales call where they could be sold if they don't exactly can't wrap their head around it. You will get less people converting, right? You will get those people who read this and go, I want to learn more. But getting better CRO or better conversion rate optimization is about getting those people who would have converted anyways, plus a couple more people. So how do you design a page that gets those people who read everything and take a risk and hop on a call, and the people who don't do that? You know what I mean? So I think that's a little bit vague. Like, I don't think I understand exactly what this is. I understand it's something for LinkedIn. This too, stop chasing clients, start attracting them. Usually, you want all of these headlines, you want almost every headline to make it very clear what you do for people and sorry, who you're helping and what you do for them. Like, those people need to know what the value is without, like, they need to, if you can make your page to be clear beyond a shadow of a doubt. Like, nobody has to rely on their deductive reasoning or piecing things together to assume and piece together what you do through their own logic. If they have to do that, you have a risk of people not being able to figure out, people not wanting to even care to figure it out, and people being not certain enough. And all three of those things are going to make whoever those people are is they might drop off. So that's one thing. I think this headline, stop chasing clients, start attracting them. I like to tell clients if it's a vague headline that could apply to dozens of different businesses and industries, then it's not a good enough headline. It should be something that your customers read and they understand that it's for them and exactly what it does. And all creative copy should be a secondary priority. The first priority is people knowing exactly what you do so that the right people are excited and the wrong people leave. The second priority is kind of getting creative with the copy, right? Like, how can you make this sound elegant or sound nice? Um, so yeah, I think like that's the thing. I get down here and I still don't know what it is. Traditional outreach is limited and outdated, hard to build consistent sales practice. So then what exactly, like, this is what you don't do, but I still don't understand exactly what you do. And that, again, at the end of the day, CRO is an A/B test. But some people might see this and go, I'm just curious enough that I'm going to convert. But usually when there's any confusion or labor, people will have a high ratio of people just leaving. So that's my suspicion, is that would improve conversion rate. I do A/B tests of landing pages like this like every day, all the time. So those are a couple of really quick thoughts. I like that pricing's here. Personally, I'm a fan of having pricing here. I don't think um I think down here it almost makes it a bit more clear what exactly you're doing for people. Again, people have really small attention spans. If they have any confusion, they'll just leave. So you don't want people to get down here where they have to read all of this stuff just to finally understand what it is. I would prefer it to be more clear up here. And then the only other thing I'll say is I don't know how many clients you have. Um, looking at your LinkedIn profile, looks like you've been in business with this consulting for quite a long time. So that would be the other thing I would say is, hey, you know, you obviously have some authority. This doesn't really claim that, right? It's very easy. Like, it's very easy nowadays to just have a nice website like this. There's AI tools like Lovable and Claude that can just spit websites out like this in like for cheap, for a really cheap price and rapidly. So how do you stand out in that environment, right? If you've been doing this for 12 plus years and five other companies that have websites just as good are brand new and they're set up by 22-year-olds just out of university and college, how do people know that you're the authority? It needs to be claimed a bit more loudly. So I think like I like to have banners at the top that say 12, 15 years of expertise in LinkedIn lead gen, or put real businesses you've worked with, real testimonials. Just boring old testimonials is okay. It's better than nothing. You should definitely have them. But okay, I thought there would be some there. Like I think that you should just claim it a bit harder. We've worked with 100 plus. You don't need to have real video testimonials and things like that. The ideal case is you have real companies you've worked with, real ratings from your real profiles online, a whole slide of case studies and reviews and video testimonials. This page should have, in a best case scenario, it's like littered with social proof all throughout it. But worst case scenario is you can just say your authority, just claim it, like 12.5 years of expertise in this industry. We've helped 500 companies, or we've generated, 5,000 leads over the last 10 years. Just put some stats throughout. Um, so anyways, that's my simple review of this page. I think there's a few other things going on here is some other things are how do the right companies, again, there's the right companies for you and there's the wrong companies. If the right companies are told you're in the right place, that's why niched companies like we do marketing only for dentists. That's why they work so well, is because dentists go, I'm in the right place. These guys are for me. So one thing that works well on landing pages as well, in my experience, is saying, who we help, and you could put a list like we do LinkedIn messages, LinkedIn outreach, lead generation for B2B. We do this. And then who do we do it for? Software companies, marketing agencies, consulting firms, private equity, and many more business and dozens of other business types. Then again, if you are private equity, then instead of going, I found this one site, but I couldn't really decide whether to convert, you go, I'm in the right place. Maybe I should convert. So sometimes it's good to list who you help so that, again, those people know exactly this is what I get and this is exactly who it's for. And also like a comparison, like this is us compared to our competitors. Those are all things that can be really good. Sometimes a before and an after is good. Like this is what people are operating like before us. This is what it's like after. If you can have real case studies, it's even better. But yeah, this is my rundown. Hopefully this is useful.